Hey guys, Jason here, Fantasy Commissioner, 2011 Lidia Cup winner. I'm here today because we're going to do the 2015 Lidia Cup Fantasy Draft Reveal. I'd first like to give a shout out to my man, John Rowan, 2014 Lidia Cup champion. First two-time winner of the league. Congrats to John. So, we're going to do the draft, but before the draft, we got one thing to do. We're going to go over some rules. So guys, we're going to go over the rule changes as a 5-year commissioner right now of the Fantasy League. I am using my power to make an executive decision because there have been issues in the past where things have been trying to change. People say things, so I'm going to try to do the right thing. I've been doing this a while. I know what I'm doing. You guys got to trust me. The first rule change that we're going to do is we're going to increase roster sizes from 16 to 17 players. And we're going to do that very simply by adding one wide receiver every week. Now you'll be starting 3 wide receivers instead of 2 as we were doing in the past. This is important. 30 teams, 32 teams actually. There's 10 of us, so we can each at least get one top receiver from every team. I think it's fair. We're going to keep everything else the same. Same on our bench. It's going to be good. Second rule change we're implementing this year. Passing interceptions are being decreased from -2 to -1. That's a big rule here. You got a lot of guys out there who they throw 30 interceptions. They'll look talking to you, Matt Stafford, Eli Manning. Now you guys are going to become a little bit more valuable. Maybe you're going to get your quarterbacks who don't make as many turnovers, guys like Breeze and Peyton Manning, and they might have a little bit more of a difficult year. Russell Wilson, he might not go from the 3rd best quarterback now. He might become the 5th because he doesn't make a lot of turnovers. You guys keep that in mind. Also, to be fair, we're decreasing all fumbles this year from 2 to 1. Okay? This is going to be a big change. It's going to be a big change. I think you all are going to like it, though. Same reasoning now. If you got a guy, Eddie Lacy, gets to the 1, fumbles the ball, he's only losing 1. He's not losing 2. It's going to be real good overall. You're going to see on the flip side how that's going to be corrected for in 1 minute, but we'll get there when we do. Next change. I believe that people are complaining about the kicking system now. Something that had been told to me was you guys wanted points for 60-plus yard kicks. I went over this with ESPN. That's not possible. But kicking has, in my opinion, become way too important. A kicker is supposed to be a last-round guy. So we're going to make a very small tweak to the field goals this year. We are going to decrease the points you receive for field goals. Now from 0 to 39 yards, all field goals will be worth 3. And for 50-plus yarders, all field goals will be 4. We're also going to add missed PATs this year. They're going to be -1, same as missed field goal will be -1. On the same thing, that kicker should be drafted late. I feel like defenses should be drafted late too. We're going to implement an overall change to the defensive system. We're sticking with teams and special teams. But we're going to decrease everything except for touchdowns. I want you to know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do sacks now will get you 1/2 of a point, 0.5. Interceptions, fumbles, and blocks will all get you now 1 point versus the 2 points last year. We're also going to change the scoring system. Okay? For years now, we've had a very large scoring system because we've never taken into account yards. I don't think it's worth taking into account yards because you get judged by how many points you allow, not by how many yards you allow. So, if you have a shutout now, you will start the game with 5 points. You will get 4 points if a 1 through 6 gets scored. You will score 2 points for 7 through 13. You will score 1 for 14 to 17. You will have 0 points for 18 to 21. -1 point for 22 to 27. You're going to get -2 for 28 to 34. -3 for 35 to 45. And -5 for 46 plus. You know, we got one more rule. One more rule. We did something last year. We had a vote. And you guys voted that the team at the bottom of the standings should get first waiver wire every week. That is a ridiculous thing. If your team is doing bad, you should not get a bonus because your team is doing so bad. We're going to implement a strategic waiver system. We're not going to do fab budget. I know you guys have said no to fab. So what we're going to do is you're going to get assigned your waiver pick at the beginning of the year based off of your draft order. The guy who's going to draft first is also going to get first waiver selection at the beginning of the year. And likewise, the guy who drafts 10th will start off in the 10 spot. Now, I would like you to think about it as somewhat of a batting order. If you're on the top and you use your waiver, you go to the bottom of the list. So if you are the first person and use it, you go to 10. If you're the sixth person that uses it, you also go to 10. Now, the way that waivers will work will be on Wednesday morning when waivers process. If 3 people select one waiver and one person selects 2 waivers, what will happen is the person who used 2 waivers will become 10th, and the 3 people who use 1 waiver will become 7, 8, and 9, and everyone then will slide up. So the guy who was, let's say the number 1 guy used 1 waiver, he goes to 7. Number 3 guy uses 1 waiver, he goes to 8. Number 4 guy uses 1 waiver, he goes to 9. If number 2 guy uses 2 waivers or 3 waivers, he goes to 10. Because he used his second round of waivers. I want you all to understand that, okay? So that's how the rules are going to be this year. I hope you guys all enjoy my rule changes. Guys, I'm now going to bring you to the next area of the 2015 Lidia draft. I'm going to bring you to the drafting table. Here we are at the drafting table. This is where the actual draft is going to be happening. Now, you see here that I have lined up 10 different sets of paper. Each set of paper will have 1, 2, 3, and 4 folded up pieces of paper inside of it. Each one of these pieces of paper is going to have both your name and a small number on it. Now that number correlates to the 2014 final standings of the league. We have at the top of the list Johnny Rowan. We have Eddie, Jeff, Jimmy, Mike, myself, Chris, Roland, Derek, and Jake, the Rosado brothers at the bottom. So, this is going to be a complex draft. So I want you all to understand how this is going to work. And I'm going to bring you back Eli Manning, and Eli Manning is going to go over the rules of the draft. Eli Manning here, and I'm going to get ready to go over this year's fantasy football draft. The rules of the draft are very simple. We're going to start with a 10-man snake format like we've done every year past. The second rule is the date and time of the draft. It will be on September 9th at 9 p.m. That is the Wednesday before the football season starts. Number 3, the draft lottery will select on a system based off of last year's results. So as you see here at the table, I have all of the sticky little tickets for each person. There's 4 for each person. Each one has their name and their number on it, 1 through 10. Those numbers will correlate to last year's finish. John at the top and Jake at the bottom. Obviously, the Rosados finished last. So, we will start with the 10th pick in the draft. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 of the lottery tickets from the top player from last year and place them into the pool. So I will take 4 of John Rowan's tickets. I'll place them into the pool. I will continue, and I will select 3 from the second, 2 from the third, and 1 from the fourth. I will place them in the pool. Eli Manning still with you now. We're going to show you exactly how the draft is going to work. This is going to be a trial run. This does not count. So I will put in 4 of the top players' tickets into the pool. I will put 3 from number 2. I will take 2 from number 3, and I will take 1 ticket from number 4. You see in there for a total of 10, and I dropped one as shaking them, for a total of 10 in the pool. I will shake them around. I will show you into the pool. Now, the numbers on the tickets As I do know who they are, you guys are going to have to trust that I'm not looking. This is for easy removal after each round, okay? So, I'm going to reach my hand into the container, into the jar. I will pull out a name. I will read off the name. So this would be person 3, so this would be Jeff. I would go in. I could then easily pull out Jeff's number 3 without having to unravel all of them. Jeff should have one other number 3 in here. Of course, I'm having a little bit more difficulty finding it than I wish I was. Here would be, I would take Jeff out, and then we're going to continue here. So I'll remove all of the drafted person's remaining tickets from the pool. I will add 1 ticket from the top player not in the pool. That would be person number 5, Mike. I would add 1 from Mike. I would add 1 from number 4, and I would not need to add 1 from number 3. I would add 1 from number 2 into the pool. I will then continue with this system until we have only 2 picks remaining, only 3 players competing for the top 3 spots in the draft. At this point, I will vacate all tickets from the container, and we will be placing 1 ticket from the final 3 players into the pool. The second to last selection will determine the 3rd pick in the draft. At this point, there will only be 2 names left in the pool, at which point I will remove the last pick. Now, the last pick I remove will be the 1st pick. The last name in the pool will remain the 2nd pick, okay? So these are the rules of how the draft is going to work. It's a double draft. It's fantasy football. It's Monday. Let's do this. Eli Manning out. We're going to take it back to Jason, and he's going to take you to the live 2015 draft. Y'all better be ready. Jason Drucker here. I'd like to thank Eli Manning for coming today to help us with the 2015 NFL Draft. I'm going to get ready and make the first selection. So our tickets are all lined up on the back of the table. And I'm going to start. I'm going to put 4, 3, 2, and 1 in the pool. Okay. I'm going to try to give you this nice overhead view. I'm going to give it a little shake. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm digging. Okay, I'm going to put the phone down. Okay, and with the 10th pick in the 2015 draft, it is Lidia Cup winning 2010 and 2014 champion, Johnny fucking Rowan. Let's give a hand to John. Come over here to the draft board. We're going to write it in number 10 spot. John Rowan. R-O-W-A-N. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to remove all of Johnny's tickets. Okay, so John with the 10th pick. Now we're going to add our tickets here. I'm going to get to the 9th pick in the draft. Shake it up. Pick will be George Edward Bouton III. Okay, now with the 3rd pick, we have our first upset alert. With the 3rd selection in the draft, Mike Choo-Choo Guerrero get the 8th pick, the 3rd pick out of the pool. Okay, Mike is out, so we'll remove his tickets. One more in here. Sure, this is the right one. Good. And no more 5. So we will add 1, 2, and 3 with pick number 7 in the draft. We will have pick here. We have Jeff the Jet Boughton. Picking number 7. Okay. We'll remove Jeff's. Okay. What do we got now? 6th overall pick in the draft. With the 6th pick in the draft, we have James Jimmy Gerbilville. We have 5 draft picks down. Let's take a rerun of where we are right now. We have John picking number 10, Eddie picking number 9, we have Mike picking 8, Jeff picking 7, and Jimmy picking number 6. Let's move now to the next round. Here. Okay. With the 5th pick in the draft. Another upset. Will he be here or will he not make it? We have Rollin' Roll Dog Anderson III. Okay, we got putting up Roland's name on the wall. And we're moving to the top 4 draft picks in the draft. Pull out all Roland's names. 1. Those 2. Good. Okay. And we have 4 picks remaining. Let's put them all in. 3. I like this one. What do I got? Oh, God. With the 4th pick in the 2015 fantasy draft is the fan favorite, the commish, Jason Drucker. Woo, yeah! Okay. Well, now we're down to the final 3. We'll empty all of the ballots onto the table. We don't need these. We're only going to need 3. We're going to need 1 from Jake, 1 from Derek, and 1 that belongs to Jemmy. Make sure this is Jemmy. It is Jemmy. Okay, good. We got 3 in the bucket. Now with this draft pick, whoever I pick here will be picking 3rd, and then the final draft pick will be picking 1st. The one in the box remains as a 2nd draft pick. Here we go, guys. This is a big one here. Who's drafting third, who's drafting second, and who's drafting first? With the third pick in the draft, coming from New Jersey. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're going to have a change in draft order this year because for the first time in a while, Jake Rosado will not be drafting in the 10-hole. Jake will be drafting in the 3-hole this year. See what it's like to not be on the end, Jake. Okay, we're putting Jake's name down right here in number 3. We have 2 left. We have Jemmy and we have Derek. Show you the 2 in there. Let's see what we get. This is it, guys. I will get in the bucket for you. I will put my hand in the bucket. I am not looking. I'm looking up at the sky. Okay. Are you guys ready? I have it in my hand. I have selected the pick. Let's get ready for this. Okay. And with the first pick in the Lidia Cup for 2015, for second year in a row, we have our man Derek Pierre Garcon Rosado, which will leave Chris Scammell as our second drafter. Put our names on the board. Chris, Jamel, and Derek Rosado. Okay, well, that's a wrap. That is the draft order for 2015. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. You now all have about 8.5 weeks to get ready for the biggest day of your life. The 2015 Lidia Cup will be presented by ESPN and in simulcast with ESPN Deportes. And it will be on ESPN The Ocho. I hope you guys all enjoyed my drafting strategy today. I will post all of this information on the computer at another point in time after I have been guaranteed that all of you have watched my video. This is the Commish J. Druck signing out. See you in a few weeks. Let the games begin. Guys, I can't be perfect, so gonna give you a few outtakes. Here you go. Hi, and welcome to the 2015 Fantasy Football League Draft Presentation. Those. Nope. So here I am, Eli Manning still, and I'm going to place these 10 tickets in the pool. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 from John Rowan. We will put these in. Thank you, Eli Manning, Super Bowl MVP 2-time, for telling us the rules of the draft. Now, as the commissioner of the league, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. And I'm going to make the first selection in draft, picking at number 10. So I will go ahead. I will place the tickets. 1, 2, 3, and there's only 3 tickets there, so I look like an idiot. Johnny fucking Rowan, I fucked up. How did that fucking happen? Eli Manning here. 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Looking to give all you guys a PSA about doing drugs. Weed is good. Make sure you smoke it. That is all. Number 10 out.